Welcome to Science Store online classes.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.
Welcome once again to all of you to the physics classes. We were discussing about motion in a plane, right? So what we have discussed? We have discussed that there is a quantities, that is physical quantities. Some quantities are vectors, some quantities are scalars. Motion of the object in a plane that you are going to study means plane, xy plane, yz plane or zy plane, like that. So if you going to study, that means it is motion in 2 dimension. At a time x axis is going to change, y axis is going to change, or x axis is going to change, z axis is going to change, or y axis is going to change and z axis is going to change, like that. Means xy or yz or zx, like that, at a time they are going to change. No? So that we are going to study. In that the mathematics whatever we have used in the first chapter, it is not cannot be included for this, because the different types of vectors we needed, okay, different types of things we needed, and that is nothing but we bring a different quantity or different mathematical step, that is the thing but vectors. So different quantities are there which are having both magnitude and direction, those are called vectors, and the quantities are there which are having only magnitude, those are called scalars, that we were studying. And different notations, maybe position vector and different types of vector we have studied, okay, maybe equal vectors, negative vectors, null vector, unit vector, okay, parallel vector, co-initial vector, coplanar vector. Parallel vectors means the two vectors are parallel, need not be same in magnitude, but they must be same in direction, okay, and in the same plane, those are parallel vectors. Anti-parallel means opposite, one is in one way, another in one way. So negative vector means they are both equal and magnitude but opposite direction. But anti-parallel vector means one is this way, another one may be greater or less. So generally I can give you examples. See, in tug of war you might have seen, no, the people will apply the force, okay, people will apply the force, isn't it? So in one way they are going to apply force, isn't it? So what actually is going to happen? So these people are going to pull the in this direction, these people are going to pull the rope in this direction, okay. So what happens? This point is going to move. So which force is more? These people also applying the force in this direction, no, that is less, but which force? This force is more, no. So this will cancels with this much. If you anti-parallel, if you write down means this much, rotate and write down this much, cancel. So this much of extra force these people have added, no. So like that it is the direction of force, because force is having magnitude also, direction also, because force is a vector quantity. And we were discussing about position and displacement vector. Displacement and position vector is nothing but just the representations, okay. So which represents the position of the object, which represents the displacement of the object with respect to the position vector, because in Cartesian coordinates we are going to study, in xy plane we are going to study, okay. So next we are going to study the methods of vector addition. Addition is there, okay, subtraction is there, we can do, okay, how to add vectors, how to subtract vector, like that. Ordinary mathematics we can't use, okay. So suppose if you have a vector A, okay, so multiplication, okay, so multiplication means, so A vector is there, I will multiply with the number 2, okay, or number 5 or number 7, whatever any number, okay. So if I multiply means what happens? 5 into A, so A is nothing but this much of long, okay. So 5 times A is means how much? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times more, no? Like this, a single line. This was A, this was 5 times A, this was 2, this was 5 times 2, like that. Okay, so that becomes means If you multiply a vector by a scalar, means I will tell it is lambda, this is will be multiplied. The magnitude of that vector is multiplied with that of the scalar. Okay, but the direction remains same. And the same thing we have studied in a unit vector. Unit vector is nothing but having unit magnitude and specific direction. So how we can add the vectors? Vectors can be added in two laws. Okay, so we are going to study method of vector addition. Method of vector addition. So first one what we are going to study is triangle law of vector addition. Okay, triangle law of vector addition. Triangle law of vector addition. So what is that? Now say for example two vectors are there in this way. Okay, so this is vector B, this is vector A. So which is one? This is tail, this is head. This is tail, this is head. Okay. Now what we are going to arrange? We are going to add those two vectors. Okay. How we can add? You have to arrange always head to tail manner. You have to arrange always head to tail manner. The tail of the another vector you have to keep in a head of the one vector. So what happens? You are going to get, see, you have kept a B vector in same way. B vector in same way you have kept. Now what you are going to do? You are going to shift this, the tail of that you are going to write down here. Means this, that is A. Okay. So means, what is the total addition? Total, we can write down this. Okay, that is resultant vector which is equal to A plus B. What is the definition? What is the statement? That you have to write down. Okay, that you have to say. First, triangle law of vector addition states that, okay, you have to write down, if two vectors can be represented as the two adjacent if two vectors can be represented two sides of the triangle, both in magnitude and direction, because we didn't change magnitude and direction, no, same we have written, no, both in magnitude and direction, then okay, taken in same order, both are in same order, then the third side represents the resultant of those two vectors taken in opposite order. What is that? If two vectors can be represented by the two sides of the triangle taken in same order, then the third side represents what? Third side represents the resultant of those two vectors taken in opposite order. So what you can write down? We are going to write down it is a resultant vector into A plus B. Okay, like that. Now how we can write down that? What are the example for this? Say for example is in this way. X axis is there, okay, y axis is there. Now this is the object. It is moved from here to somewhere here. Now I am going to ask, what is the displacement? Okay, or what is the total position? One will be in this way, that is R1, another will be in this way, R2, isn't it? This becomes the displacement, isn't it? So together we can write down from head and tail manner, you can arrange and you can write down. What happens if you write down this total position? So this is also nothing but a triangle of vector addition itself. This is nothing but triangle of vector addition. But x2 minus x1 we want, no? So what actually displacement? This is x, say for example, x is equal to r2 minus r1, no? Position r2 minus r1. So how we can write down? x2, x is equal to r2 minus r1, okay, according to triangle of vector addition. r2 plus minus r1. Minus r1 means how much? In this way, that is one vector on this way, okay. On that what you have to write down? Okay, in same way minus r1 you have to write down. Minus r1 will be in this way, no? Minus r1 will be in this way. But you should not change that. On the head of the one, tail of the another vector you have to write down. This is r1 minus this is r2 minus r1. So this becomes, so same as this comes, no? Okay, like that. So here also we are going to use. But what happens? This is not actually subtraction. One negative vector and positive vector is added, like that it is. Okay, subtraction, addition is in this way. Subtraction is not actually the subtraction. Subtraction is nothing but addition of the negative vector, simple. Okay, so this is what in this way we are going to use actually, that is triangle of vector addition. For 3 marks they will ask you this question for board exams, okay, that is state the triangle of vector addition. What you have to state? You have to state that if 2 vectors can be represented by the 2 sides of the triangle taken in same order, both in magnitude and direction, then the third side represents the resultant of those 2 vectors taken in opposite order. Okay, that is what a triangle of vector addition. Now next we have to discuss, because in different cases triangle of vector addition we have to apply. Okay, as of now this is sufficient. You have to write down the statement and you have to explain. So how you can explain now? How you can explain? So you have to explain. Say A is the vector and B is the vector as shown in the figure. That is explanation. Okay, it is arranged in the as 3 sides of the triangle, 2 sides of the triangle as shown in the figure A and B. Next, the third side, which say for example you can give OX and XY. Okay, OY gives the another side, that is nothing but the resultant of that. Okay, sum of that. Okay, that is the thing. So next we are going, this is very important. Okay, this is very important, that is triangle of vector addition. Now next the second is second one is parallelogram law of vector addition. Next one is parallelogram law of vector addition. Now what is parallelogram law of vector addition? Parallelogram law, you have seen this kind of geometrical shape will be parallelogram, isn't it? This kind of geometrical shape. So what we are going to do? Same thing we are going to do. How we have defined triangle of vector addition? In same way, parallelogram law of vector addition we are going to define. Okay, so what is that? If 2 vectors, say I am having a vector, I am having a B vector. If 2 vectors can be represented, you have to write down this. If 2 vectors can be represented by the 2 adjacent sides of the parallelogram, by the 2 adjacent sides of the parallelogram. Adjacent sides means, see I have written here parallelogram, these are adjacent sides. Okay, so there how it was head to tail manner, but here it is not. One of the tail of the vector is kept on the another tail of the vector. Okay, then see this parallelogram, what happens? Opposite sides are parallel. Parallel vectors are always same. See, so what happens? You can write down a parallel here. Okay, so this is nothing but this. Okay, you can write down one more here. Yes, that this A is nothing but this A. Okay, so the resultant is given by the diagonal, that is R is equal to A plus B. The resultant is represented by the diagonal of the parallelogram, both in magnitude and direction. So meaning is, if two vectors can be represented by the two adjacent side of the parallelogram taken in both magnitude and direction, okay, then the diagonal of the parallelogram represents the resultant of those two vectors, like that. Okay, diagonal represents the resultant of those two vectors. So this is thing. So next I can give you example how, where we are going to write down, what we are going to do actually. Say you might have seen that, say for example one rock is there, you have to move it. One thing is you can use the lever, isn't it, and you can put it, you can push it so that it can lift. Or else if any object is there, or any object is there, have you ever observed, see a rope is like this tied and a rope is like this tied? No. One person is pulling this in this way to move this. One person is pulling this in this way. Actually this vector, no, it is in this way is pulling. The A vector, no, it is in this way pulling. But where it is moving? It is moving in this direction. This is nothing but parallelogram law of vector addition. So such kind of physical things we are going to write down here. But this is nothing but extended version of triangle law of vector addition. This is A itself, this is B itself, no? R is equal to A plus B. It is triangle law of vector addition only. This is the extended version of that. So this is nothing but two laws. Okay, so explanation you have to do again. So statement what I have told, that you have to write down. Okay, but it is very very important again for 3 marks. Different things we are going to use it, because application when you are going to study like next these in physics other chapters, that you have to study this. Okay, that is triangle of vector addition, parallelogram law of vector addition, those things you have to study. Okay, welcome once again. We were discussing about or dealing with the motion in a plane. In that two laws we have discussed, that is nothing but parallelogram law of vector addition as well as triangle law of vector addition. Where and all we are using that. So different processes we are using actually in physics. Now what actually we want? So addition we have studied. Next it must be a subtraction. So subtraction means what? Subtraction of vector is nothing but here addition of itself. So A vector is in this way, B vector is in this way, A minus B you want means, okay, some A vector you are going to get. Okay, say for example C vector you are going to get. C vector which is equal to A vector plus minus B vector you are going to write down. Okay, now what actually I can write down? See, A vector is in this way, A vector. Okay, B vector is in this way. Okay, triangle of vector addition. Using triangle of vector addition, how we can do? Okay, we want A minus B. Our point is A minus B we want. Okay, isn't it? A minus B we want. So what I can do? A is in this way only, A vector. B is the negative vector means I can write down like this. No, see, that is what I said. Negative vector is in opposite direction but in the same magnitude. But anti-parallel vector is opposite direction but unequal magnitude. So now what I can do? I can write down in this way. This is minus B. This is B. Okay, this is minus B in this way. Okay. So next what happens? A vector will be in this way itself. Okay, A vector. Head of the vector, okay, I have to keep tail of the another vector. Okay, one tail of the one vector has to keep head of the another vector. Now what you are going to do? This is the tail. On the head of the another vector you are going to keep. That is this. Okay, that is in this way. That is minus B. So taken in same order, the third side will be in a opposite order. That will be a plus b or a plus minus b, which is equal to a minus b. In this way we can add. Okay, so opposite way you have to write down, after that you have to add, like that it is. Okay, a minus b. So I can give you an example in such a way that, okay, say for example, okay, again I can take the example of tug of war. Okay, but it will be in the same direction, no? Okay, so different direction I can take. Okay, so say for example, okay, one object is there, one person is A in this way, another person is pulling in this way. Okay, this is maximum force, this is less force. So here it is very strong person is moving, here it is very weak person is pulling in this way. So this is actually a minus b. Okay, a minus b means, so in this way, okay, the tail is in this way, that is minus b. So a minus b will be in this way. So actually this will move not in this direction, actually this will move in this direction. Okay, like that. Okay, that we can make out. Okay, so these are all the things. Okay, that is nothing but subtraction of vectors. Subtraction of vector is nothing but addition itself, addition of negative vectors we can say. Again, the scalar multiplication of the vector. Okay, scalar multiplication of vector. How scalar multiplication takes place? See, in the last videos also we have discussed, a vector is there, to that I will multiply lambda, means lambda times a vector I am going to get. A small vector is there, a vector, I am going to multiply with 5, so that you are going to get 5 a vector. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what we have got here? 5 times more we have got, no? That is the thing, 5 times the magnitude is increased, but what? Whether we have changed the direction? No, we didn't change the direction. So scalar multiplication means the new vector what it is formed, 5 times it is increased. The new vector what it is formed, 5 times it is increased. Okay. So also unit vector we have studied, no? So what is unit vector? So unit vector is nothing but having unit specific direction, unit magnitude and specific direction. Unit magnitude means the magnitude is 1. Unit magnitude and specific direction. Now we have already discussed that we have Cartesian coordinates in this way. So x, y, z. If any person moves 5 km in x direction, means what we are going to write down? 1 time, 2 time, 3 time, 4 time, 5 times, no? This, that is OA vector. OA vector how we are going to write down? 5 times I cap. I cap is the unit vector in the x direction. 5 times means the unit, that unit magnitude, unit vector will be, if I write down the diagram, it will be this much only, small, 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 I, j, okay, and k, isn't it? Like that it is. Okay, so this is the case. Okay, I, j, k. So unit vector is nothing but having unit magnitude and specific direction. So what is that specific direction? I cap is the unit vector only in x direction, j cap is the unit vector only in y direction, k cap is the unit vector only in z direction. That is I, J, K, right? Okay, this is what unit vector is. Now, based on this, we will study how we can represent a total vector. Okay, for that we will call it is one of the things. Before that, I want to ask you some of the questions. Okay, now imagine, see, two vectors we were having, no, A vector and B vector. So what we did, we added it, and A vector will be in this way. Okay, so A vector will be in this way. On the head of that, the tail of the another vector we got. Okay, so A vector, so we got R vector, which is equal to A plus B. No, but now what I will do is, I want to give this vector A and B, and also I want to give this vector so what I will give? I will give only this vector. Now can you write down that R vector? Can you write down this R vector nothing but in this way? A it was like this and B it was like this. Can you assume? Yes or no? We can't write down like that. We can't write down like that. Okay. So but what we will do? We will do in such a way that we are doing it resolving this component into x direction and y direction. We don't know actually what is the actual force, but we can divide into x direction and y direction. That is called resolution of vector. Resolution of vector. What we will do is, we didn't know the initial direction, but what we will do, we will divide that. What is the effect in x axis and what is the effect in y axis? How we can write down? So I will take x axis and y axis in this way. Now suppose a vector is there, that is OA. Okay, so this is OA vector. I will write down A vector. Okay, say for example this is point P and this is A vector. Okay. Now the point P is here means this must have moved some distance in this. This must have moved some distance in this. No? Isn't it? So I can write down a perpendicular from this point to x axis, perpendicular from this point to y axis. So this thing, the image of this vector in x axis, the image of A vector in y axis. Okay. So what happens? I am going to write down this. Okay. So A vector is there, no? Means this has moved some amount in x direction, some amount in means this moved some amount in x direction and some amount in y direction. What is that some amount? A x times I direction, A y times in y direction. Okay, or x direction and y direction. Can I write down this vector here? Okay, this is A x I write. Because I can write down, I have resolved into two components, one is x component and y component. Can I write down the same vector here? I can write down, isn't it? Because I can move this vector anywhere. Okay. So this is Ax, this is Ayj. Now what is going to happen? Head, on that head tail of that, and this becomes Axi cap plus Ayj cap. No, So here the A vector is nothing but Ax I cap plus Ay j cap. Ax I cap nothing but Ay j cap. That is what we have got, no? So like this. So A1 is the component. So this is what we will call is, that is nothing but, if I write down A vector is equal to A1 plus A2, if I write down, here A1 is nothing but Ax I cap, A2 is nothing but Ay j cap, right? So this is called X component. This is called Y component, means X component, component of X, or the component of vector along X direction, or component of Y vector along, component of A vector along Y direction. So these are nothing but components. What I have done, that A vector I have resolved into two components, okay. So this is nothing but the resolution of vector, means vector can be divided into two components along its X component and Y component, okay. So any vector we can write down like that, okay. So any vector. So in the last videos we have studied, right? So a position vector we can write down, a position vector we can write down as X component and Y component. But actually generally what we have written, so it was X axis, it was Y axis, this was the position vector R1. The meaning is R vector is nothing but at the place of R, at the place of A, Rx I cap plus Ry j cap, in this way, no? So like that you can write down, okay. If suppose the same thing, see in the mathematical tools we have written, no, the angle which makes, that is given by, you know, direction. So the same thing I am going to write down in this way, okay. The same vector is there, A vector, this is the angle theta which made by the vector with respect to X axis. This is Ax component, this is Ay component along Y direction, along X direction. This is O. This is OBC is the right angle triangle. Now, how we can write down, what is the length of this? Length of this is AY. J is not a length, AY is the length, AX is the length. No, what is cos theta? Cos theta is equal to adjacent by hypotenuse. Adjacent is how much? Ax. Hypotenuse is the length of A. We are going to write down it as A. The length of A vector we are going to write down it as A. Actually we have to write down in this way, mod, but we are going to write down in this way. So Ax means how much? A cos theta. Similarly sin theta means how much? Opposite by hypotenuse. Opposite is how much? Ay divided by hypotenuse. The length of this, always sin theta cos theta ratio means the lengths, okay. So what happens? Ay which is equal to A sin theta. Now I substitute this in this equation. So what you are going to get? A vector which is equal to Ax means how much? A cos theta I cap plus Ay is how much? A sin theta j cap, okay. So this is one representation, this is another representation. So this representation of the vector is called as representation of the vector in terms of its components. Okay. This representation of vector is called as in terms of magnitude and direction, because theta is there, it is the direction, and a is there, it is the magnitude. So that type of vector representation is called as in terms of its magnitude and direction. This representation is in terms of its components, in terms of its component. Okay. So how I can give the value? So it is one representation, two representation, this is 1, this is 2. If I write down mean ax square plus ay square, left hand side, right hand side is equal to a square cos square theta plus a square sin square theta. So what is the equation? Ax square plus ay square is equal to how much? A square is common term, cos square theta plus sin square theta. Cos square theta plus sin square theta means 1. Okay, that is the formula is there in mathematics. Okay, so ax square plus ay square is equal to a square. So a is equal to square root of ax square plus ay square. This is nothing but what? This is nothing but the magnitude. What do you mean by magnitude? See, we have written a vector is equal to 3 I cap. No, this vector, the magnitude of vector is 3, direction is I. Now generally if I write down a vector means what you are going to write down? A is the magnitude in a cap direction. Like this you are going to write down. Okay, similarly here also a vector I have written in terms of its component, in terms of its component magnitude and direction. So the magnitude of that vector can be given in this way. Then what is the angle? Okay, so divided by this, that is ay by ax if you write down means ay by ax if you write down means aa cancels, we will get sin theta divided by cos theta. What do you mean by sin theta by cos theta? Ay by ax which is equal to sin theta by cos theta is tan theta. So tan theta which is equal to ay by ax, in this way it is. So that is tan theta. That tan theta we have arrived earlier only, no, in our mathematical tools of physics. So this is the thing, this is called resolution of vector. For 2 marks they are going to ask from the year to the year. You write down neatly in your notebook whatever we have done as of now, okay, which is very important. That is nothing but a vector in terms of its component and a vector in terms of its magnitude and direction, as well as the magnitude can be given as a square, ax square plus ay square to the power square root of that. Okay, and tan theta can be given by ay by ax. So this is what the resolution of vector. So we were discussing about resolution of vector. Resolution of vector means a vector can be divided into its components. But what we have to do? We can divide into its component, but those two components must be in x and y axis. Those two components must be in x and y axis, isn't it? And after that, those are called x component and y components, those are perpendicular. Okay, orthogonal vectors also we call it, because two vectors are perpendicular. That was in 2 dimension we have studied. That was in 2 dimension we have studied. If suppose we are going to write down in 3 dimensions, this is just a representation for you. Okay, so we are going to write down the vector in 3 dimension. No, that is x axis is this one, y axis in this one, and z axis will be in this way. Now if you write down a vector in this means on a plane, that is on a plane x and y axis. Now what I will do, I will keep this point fixed, I will bring here like this. Can you make out? See, one scale, I will bring it in this way, I will bring it in this way, means it will make some axis angle to the x axis, it will make some angle to the y axis, and it will make some angle to the z axis. So in board we can't write down that. Okay, the diagram, the three dimensional. So we are going to write down a vector here. So x axis alpha, angle made by the x axis alpha, angle made by the y axis is y is this, so beta, and angle made by the z axis is gamma, that is alpha, beta, gamma. These are the notations. Okay, so what are the components of that? What are the components of that? Okay, so ax is called as a cos alpha, ay is called as a cos beta, az is called as a cos gamma, in this way, isn't it? See, cos alpha, a cos beta, a cos gamma. In this way we are going to write down. Okay. So these are the components. So together how you can write down? A vector in terms of three dimension, ax I cap plus ay j cap plus az k cap we can write down. Then in terms of magnitude and direction you can write down a vector a cos alpha I cap plus a cos beta j cap plus a cos gamma k cap. Okay, this way in terms of components and in terms of magnitude and direction. In terms of component and in terms of magnitude and direction we can write down in this way. We can write down in this way. This is what three dimensional representation. Also the position vector, how we have written? The position vector we have written into x I cap plus y j cap. No, x I cap plus y j cap. So in three dimension we can write down x I cap plus y j cap plus z k cap, like this. X component, y component, z component, x component, y component and z component. This is nothing but in x axis and y axis, like this we are going to write down. Okay, this is what the representation of vector in x, y, z direction or three dimension or two dimension. So again analytically we can add vectors. Now I have given, so see, a vector I will give how much? Ax I cap plus ay j cap plus az k cap. Then b vector I am going to give bx I cap plus by j cap plus bz k cap. Then a plus b means how much? R vector is equal to a plus b. So R is equal to how much? Ax I cap plus ay j cap plus az k cap plus how much? Bx I cap plus by j cap plus bz k cap. No? So I can take axi bxi. So ax plus bx to the power, sorry, not to the power, to I cap plus ay plus by into j cap plus az plus bz into k cap. Like that we are going to write down. Okay, this is the thing. This is the thing we are going to study. No, so this is analytical method. So we can also write down R is equal to, this is just a representation. Okay, Rx I cap plus Ry j cap plus Rz k cap. Like this we can write down. Okay, Rx, Ry, Rz. These are nothing but different terms. Okay, that's all. Different terms or different notation. We will call it as analytical method of addition of vector. Analytical method of vector addition. So generally we are going to get such kind of things in physics. So you can add that. Okay, you can add this vector. Okay. So next we are going to
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.